Tuesday, February 6th, Hiller boys basketball hosted Medfield and got things going early and often. Wally Henneberry and Steve Spector were on the call.
And they leave Kumar open for three, who misses. Tips up to Asian, tips it up to himself, kicks it ahead to Ionelli. Ionelli looking, tries to go baseline, kicks it around to Gavin Show for three. Big three-pointer for the sophomore, but it's a great start for the Hillers to come out like this. Nadesian on the baseline puts up, misses it. DeLuca gets the rebound over other Medfield players and kicks it out for DeLuca for three. Now Tom Berman's bringing it up. He drives the lane, scoops under for two, doesn't get it. Rebound for the Hillers. Nadesian over to Ionelli. He's going to go to the basket and he kicks it around to Logan Del Ponte for three, who nails it. Gets it over to Gavin Show. Kicks it out to Ionelli for three. No, he nails it.
The Hillers outscored Medfield in the first half, 46-23, and ended up taking the win in dominant fashion, taking down the Blue Raiders 79-57.
Next, for our very own senior, number 10, Avery Ben. Accompanied by her mom, Megan, and her dad, Mike. Thank you, Avery, for making this team so special for the past 4 years. Congratulations.
Malley trying to battle out Rivera for the puck. Here comes Norwood, wrister, turned away, loose puck, backhanded in. Oh, Cholera just left the puck sitting there. I think she might have lost it.
It was a doubleheader of Hiller hockey on Wednesday, February 7th. It started with girls hockey taking on Norwood. Heading into the second period, Norwood led 1-0.
Ice is Kelly. It's sent away. We're at even strength. 2 minutes left in the second period. Jean doing battle along the far side, trying to come out with it. Comes out with it, takes a shot, it's in! Goal Hillers! What a job by Lucy Jean, winning the battle along the far side of the boards. Able to get the puck out. And she was able to get the goal for the Hillers.
It was a 1-1 game heading into the third.
Sent just wide of the net. Sent out in front of the net, and it is wrapped up! Wow, it was an unbelievable setup for Norwood. What a tremendous save by Cholera. Hillers. Both teams continuing to battle along the near side. Jean comes away with it. Jean racing up the ice into the slot. Ah! Pops it in! Lucy Jean turning on the wheels. Gets by two Mustangs and nets it. The goal comes at 13:15 left to go in the third period, and it is an absolute beauty. Norwood able to keep possession. Over to the far side, Parise gets it into the circle to Reed, who puts it in! Oh boy, great feed from Parise, finds Reen. Reen finds the net.
Both teams net a goal in the third period, and we head to a 5-minute overtime.
Getting in the way was Bent. 1:20 left to go in this overtime period. Jean trying to come away with it on a breakaway. Here she goes towards the net. Backhander. Oh! She puts it in, and the Hillers win. Lucy Jean with the hat trick and the game-winning goal. And the Hillers take the upset in overtime, 3-2.
Hopkinton sophomore Lucy Jean nets the game-winning goal with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in overtime. Lucy Jean netted a hat trick for the Hillers, and her 3 goals plus terrific goaltending by Nipmuc sophomore Riley Cholera led the Hopkinton Dover-Sherborne Co-op to a 3-2 overtime upset win over Norwood. Hopkinton Dover-Sherborne improved to 5-11-2 on the season. In the back end of the Hiller hockey doubleheader, the boys hosted Westwood. It was a scoreless game heading into the second period.
Moore was trying to race up the ice, and now a shot from the slot, and what a save by Jackson. Matty Donovan with some mustard on that shot, but Jackson gloves it. The far side, looking to close in. Off the boards he goes. One-timer Caleri, it's wide. Caleri at the point, gets it back to the right circle. There's a shot, and what a goal! Connor Merkel!
Hillers led 1-0 heading into the third period.
Tosca puts it towards the far side. Some good back and forth there. And Caleri was tangled up out in front of the net. Jackson lands on it. And some frustration after the great save from Jackson. Takes it to the corner, wraps it around before he's delivered a big hit. Picked up along the far side by Blomquist. Ian Tosca gets a piece of it in the slot, and it's put in! Merkel does it again!
Connor Merkel nets both goals for the Hillers, and some unbelievable goaltending by Steven Jackson helped lead the Hillers to a 2-0 win. Hopkinton improves to 12-2-2 on the season. Westwood falls to 8-7-0. On Thursday, February 8th, Hiller Alpine Ski hit the slopes. Here's a look.
805 Nate White, 32.33 on the blue course. Number 805 Ethan Bogosian from Hopkinton. Timer number 710 Kate Robinson, 34.54 on the red course. Number 1002 Allison McGrath from Medway.
On the girls' side for the Hillers, Lila Mado finished 6th, Lucy Mado finished 9th, Annalie Krantz finished 12th. On the boys' side, JB Flynn finished 16th, Barry O'Brien 20th, and Patrick Meehan 22nd. On Friday, February 9th, Hiller boys basketball hosted Holliston and celebrated senior night.
And I don't think Iannelli's going to be afraid to do that a couple more times.
3 attempt, Willitson knocks it down. Along the near side, Salem takes it down the lane. No good, rejected by Marcinowski, and he keeps it into play. Tadejia to the corner, DeLuca for 3, yes! Iannelli down the lane, turnaround jumper, yes!
It was a 16-13 Hiller lead heading into the second quarter.
No good on the long two is Sahada, and the Hillers have it. Here comes DeLuca. Gets it to Willitson for 3. Count it! Hillers feeling it. They start off the second quarter on a 5-0 run.
Hopkinton outscores Holliston 19-4 in the second quarter, and their 35-17 lead at the half would prove to be too much to overcome for Holliston. The Hillers took the game 63-48 and improved to 14-2 on the season. Jack Iannelli led the way for the Hillers with 18 points. James Marcinowski racked up the rebounds and also added 10 points in the Hiller win. On Tuesday, January 30th, Hiller Swimming celebrated senior night and hosted Ashland. Maureen and John were on the call.
They're calling Natalie Buffard. As I mentioned earlier, We've been seeing that girl on this deck for the last 15 years or something, some crazy number. Olivia Scalora. She started off her career swimming with her sister. And Eve Weatherhead, of course. She's graduating too, right? Eve Weatherhead?
Yes, these are all the seniors they're calling right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's Lucas Kaufman being called through the gauntlet there.
Oh, cute. Look at the crowns they made them.
Caleb Burke. I don't know. Is another Burke available for a swim
Yes,
next year?
Anna Burke.
Anna Burke. Okay,
she's currently on the team. She's a sophomore.
Yeah. Davis Pishoff? Yes, there he is. Okay, and then this must be Elias Gudrati.
Yes, and so I'll give you a quick information on. Throughout the evening, we'll pepper some facts about our seniors since it is senior night. Wait, ooh.
Do they have any Ashland seniors?
It's very pretty, very graceful. Right, wasn't that a shirt one time about the TVL shirt, like swimming, the only stroke? Nice, beautiful. What did you get? You got a 2:11.85?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
We'll say it after. Yeah.
We'll get it from the desk. All right, so that was Hopkinton came and won. They're very close to their best time.
Oh, they
it's
are?
hard to tell. They were trying to beat 2:11.78.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from up here. So Hopkinton took first place, Ashland second, and Hopkinton third.
Come on, Olivia.
Wow.
The girl next to her is a tech suit on, but she's keeping right with her. Come on,
Come
Nick.
on, Liv. All right,
on,
this
Liv.
is
You
neck
got it,
and
you
neck.
got her.
Come on, Liv. You got this.
You got
Come
it,
on,
you got it.
Liv.
Go, go,
Come
go.
on, Liv. All right, come on, Liv. Woo! Oh, that's too hard for me to call from here. I'll be curious to see what they say. The Ashland swimmer may have outtouched her. Pishoff. And I'll tell you, David Pishoff's favorite memory that he wanted to share.
John Belcher, right? Yeah. What was it?
All right, wait, the crowd, the Hopkinton crowd here is really cheering for Elias. He's on lap 11. So Davis Pishoff just finished in first place by more than half a length of the pool from the Ashland swimmer. Who's
The Hopkinton boys defeated Ashland 86-54, and they also followed up with a road win over Dover Sherborne 88-83 to finish the regular season with a record of 4-3. Hopkinton girls lost to Ashland 80-96 and lost to Dover Sherborne on the road 73-104. And the girls finished the regular season 3-5. Also that Tuesday, Hiller boys basketball took on Ashland. They got things rolling in the first half. Collected by DeLuca. Del Ponte.
Late to Ryan Ellie, yep.
Ryan Ellie to Dejan for three, yes! Dejan up to Willardson, now Del Ponte launches it across. Driving in, kicks it out. Del Ponte for three, yes!
Big one. Big one for Del Ponte right there.
Good. Pulled down by Dejan. Pantera. To Dejan, DeLuca, no good. Put, and Cho follows through.
Great put back.
Good, but a rebound. Marcinowski up with a reverse, no good. And it's pulled down by Borges. And now swatted out by Dejan, gets the steal. And puts it off the window and in. It was a 38-29 Hiller lead heading into the second half.
Yeah, and I don't want to say just like I said, but He's best when he's going to the basket.
Missed by Rudisill, collected by Willitson. Ionelli to the rack. Oh, can't finish. Grabs the rebound somehow, kicks it out. The Dejan for three, yes! Hopkinton took the win over Ashland 72-50. Sam Pantera dropped a team-leading 22 points, while Sam Dedajian added 19 points as the Hillers improved to 11-2 on the season. On Wednesday, January 31st, Hiller Boys Hockey celebrated senior night and took on Holliston.
Iantoska getting in front of Rotz. Here comes the Hillers. A nice pass and a score for the Hillers. Adams feeds it to Connor Merkel, who pops it in. Here comes the Panthers on a breakaway. Rester, it's in. George Gabriel strikes.
It was a 1-1 game heading into the second period.
Top of the circle, there's a shot by Collery, and then off the rebound, Hayward puts it in. A great shot by Aiden Collery off the leg pad of Greenberg. It goes, and then James Hayward stuffs it in. Back up off the boards goes Lucas, and it's put in. A tremendous shot there, and we're knotted up at 2 apiece.
Both teams net another goal apiece in the second, and it was a 2-2 game heading into the third period.
Sent around the end boards. Getting out in front of it, Resnick. Resnick racing back into Holliston territory, approaching, takes it and rings it in! What a beauty of a goal by Resnick! Off the face-off, good send away there by White as it splits 2 Panthers. One of the penalties has expired. Stolen by Hayward, takes a shot, oh! Hayward with a short-handed goal! What a shot! Unbelievable! Off the face-off, Iantoska sends it back. Hayward to Wynn. Wynn gets it into traffic. He was looking for Resnick. Hayward with it. Gonna move it up. Takes it and it's put in! Icing on the cake for the Hillers.
The Hillers net 3 more goals in the third frame and take the win by a final of 5-2. The Hiller boys hockey team improved to 10-2-2 on the season. On Thursday, February 1st, Hiller Alpine Ski hit the slopes. Here's a look.
Time for bid number 1003, Brendan May, 38.38 on the red course, number 805, Blake Murphy from Hopkinton. On the blue course, number 806, Elsa Woodbury from Hopkinton. Time for number 1004, Ellie Hayden, 32.57. Time for number 905, Thomas Pulteney, 37.09. On the red course, number 105, Tommy Robinson from St. John's.
The boys finished 3rd overall and the girls finished 4th overall. On the boys' side, JB Flynn came in 5th. Ethan Bogosian finished 24th and Blake Murphy finished 25th. On the girls' side, Lucy Mato finished 6th. Annalie Krantz came in 10th. And Delilah Mato finished 11th. On Friday, February 2nd, Hiller girls basketball hosted Norwood. It was a defensive, gritty game and a 3-1 Norwood lead heading into the second quarter.
Off the mark, loose ball collected by Morad. Gets it over to Chorus. Up top, Blake. Here goes CC Becker driving in, kicks it out. Morad for three, no good. Norwood collects. Morad gets the lucky bounce in the corner. Norwood trying to open things up. They're going to take another three here, and this time hit Ariana Blake.
Yeah, I mean, the Hiller defense was scrambling. That's what happens when you don't get the rebound. When you allow them to get their offensive rebound like that, they get a time to reset. We were all out of position.
Oh, boy. Another steal. Up and in goes Morad.
Too easy. Too easy.
Norwood would end up taking the game 41-17. Norwood improves to 11-4. Hillers fall to 9-6. Here, and we are joined by head coach of the Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball team, Tom Keene. Coach, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Coach, I got to congratulate you on joining the 300 club. You got your 300th win a couple of weeks ago. How does it feel to be part of the 300 club?
It feels like I'm really, really old, Tom. That's how it feels. Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations. It really is a tremendous achievement.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And so the team this year, they are looking very good. They're just one win away from clinching a playoff spot. Of course, we're hoping for a couple of home games as well, but a good amount of season left to go. Can you talk about your team this year and the abilities of this group? It seems there's a lot of versatility.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun coaching this team this year. We've got a lot of great senior leadership at the top with Jack Iannelli and Logan Del Pont and Sam Pantera as our captains. Then we have other seniors that are great leaders, Anthony DeLuca and Drew Riesenberger. So we've got a lot of senior leadership, and it's a together group. We've got a lot of talented players that like to share the ball, and when you have that, you really have something that's special. We got a lot of kids that like to share the ball and pass it and move it around, and we got a lot of people who can score. So that makes us a tough team to scout and a tough team to play against.
Absolutely. And you mentioned your three captains, Sam Pantera, Logan Del Pont, and Jack Iannelli. Can you talk about what they bring to the table? It seems that they provide certainly some very good leadership for this group. Yeah,
they're absolutely fantastic leaders. Jack from the point guard spot, being a point guard, you have to have a coaching mind and a high basketball IQ, and Jack definitely has that. And he gets after it on the defensive end all the time, and the rest of the team kind of picks up on that intensity. Sam Pantera is a 3-year varsity player for us who does a lot of everything. He drives hard to the basket, he shoots the three, he plays good defense, he makes the right play and the right pass. And then Logan Del Pont off the bench for us is definitely one of our best defensive players. A lot of times he'll get the best player on the other team to guard, and he's another energy guy who the rest of the team really listens to, and they have a lot of respect. And they have a lot of respect for all three of those guys. So all three of them are doing a great job as captains. They've really been a pleasure to work with this year.
Certainly a pleasure to watch as well. So this team, they put up on average a lot of points a game. I think it's about 70 points per game. But the other night, kind of a defensive struggle type of game against Norton. And you guys did end up getting the 46-35 win. But was there some frustration that there was a bit of a struggle offensively, but at the same time, it also must feel good to be able to win a game like that. It shows how capable this team is in pretty much any type of situation.
Yeah, it was a very unusual game, something that I hadn't really been a part of, in all those games that you talked about earlier. Norton, to their credit, really slowed the pace on us, and we didn't get to really get up and down the court as much as we usually like to. And it was just a really strange game. We went down 16-9 to start the game, and then we held Norton scoreless for 14 minutes and 40 seconds, which I've never seen before. It was almost 2 full quarters where we played very good defense. Excuse me. So, our shots weren't falling. It was the poorest percentage that we've shot the ball all season. But as you said, Tom, sometimes you got to grind those wins out in a season that's 20 games long. So, all credit to Norton. They did a great job. So, I thought it was just a tough game both ways. Both teams are playing very hard on the defensive end.
I noticed Norton as a coach in his 23rd season, Mark Liberatore. He seems like he runs a great program over there. Can you talk about your interactions with Coach Liberatore and your connection with him?
Yeah, he's been in the league for a long time, as you mentioned, in 23 seasons. So we've got a very good relationship. He does a great job with his kids. His kids are always ready to play, and they're well prepared. So he, along with me and Herb Grace over in Medfield, we're like the 3 dinosaurs running around in the TVL. All the old guys, all the white.
It's the 3 legends running around in the TVL.
Yeah. All the white hairs left.
Well, Coach, it was a good win this past Tuesday, and certainly good to see that this group could win such a defensive game as well. One player who's really emerged this season, who's been very impressive, is Sam Dedejian. Can you talk about his performance and what he brings to the team?
Yeah, Sam, this is his second year on the varsity, and he's improved all the way across the board. And that's really a credit to the work that he put in on the off season. He's an excellent scorer. He's a great scorer in transition. He anticipates passing lanes really well. He's a very good passer, and he does a good job on the defensive end too. He comes from a basketball family. His grandfather was one of the best players ever at Assumption, and if you mention his grandfather's name in Worcester, like everybody who knows basketball lights up when they talk about him. He played for the Chicago Bulls, so and I know that he's a big influence on Sam as a player as well. So that's kind of a neat connection there. And Sam's just done a great job this year. He's leading us in scoring. And he's leading us in almost in rebounding too, along with Anthony DeLuca. He's leading us in rebounding as well.
And I know you got Dedham coming up, as well as Ashland at home next Tuesday. Do you know anything about Dedham? What are you expecting in that game on Friday?
Yeah, I think Dedham will be a fun game because their record doesn't reflect it, but on Tuesday night, I saw them play Medfield, and Medfield's having a great season, and Medfield had to hit a buzzer beater right at the as time expired, and it was rocking and rolling in Dedham on Tuesday night. I was surprised it was a Tuesday night game, but their fans were wild, and the game was wild, and so I'm hoping on a Friday night in Dedham that the atmosphere will be the same for us, and I'm looking forward to an exciting game in Dedham. And then Ashland's a team, that gave us a lot in the first game that we played them. We had a 81-73 game with Ashland. So hopefully we can get back to scoring and we'll have something like that again.
I know it's always a fun atmosphere when Hopkinton and Ashland meet up.
Yes.
And speaking of fun atmospheres, one game that I particularly enjoyed this season, there's a game that you unfortunately came out on the short end but as a Milford alum, Hopkinton and Milford, is that going to become a regular thing? I'm crossing my fingers it will be.
Yeah, I'd love to make it a regular thing. This is the first year that we had an opening on the schedule. Foxborough dropped us. So we were able to pick up Milford this year, and I think it makes a lot of sense. It's 2 communities that border one another and are about the same size and have great basketball players. So I'd love to play Milford I'm hoping we can keep that going.
Absolutely. Well, you are in the same state tournament bracket, so maybe a meeting in the playoffs as well.
Yes, yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to play him again this year.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic. What a close game that was.
Yeah, it was exciting.
And speaking of the state tournament bracket, what's your thoughts on it? I myself, I'm enjoying it. I think it evens up things a little bit more. But what's your thoughts on the state tournament format?
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to keep an open mind. I guess I'm more old school, Tom, where I like the districts. I like playing teams, and trying to get out of your own area first before you play somebody else, because I think that, like you mentioned, Milford, we played Milford against Clark. I'm sorry, Milford. We played Milford in the Clark at Clark. I almost said the Clark tournament. We played Milford at Clark in the districts, and it was in 2020, and the place was absolutely packed.
Oh, I
So I
remember
think
that
when you
one.
lose, yeah, I think when you lose the district games and the district finals, you lose some of those close rivalry games that are big games. And I think the other thing that you kind of lose sight is that if you get hot at the right time of the year, you can win the. Everybody's got a chance to win the districts, and it's something to say. But there's only one team in each division that's going to win the state championship. So, but I'm a dinosaur. I'm old school on that, and it's never going to go back. So I guess I got to just keep going with the power rankings and all that business.
Absolutely. Well, I'm finding that a lot of teams end up meeting up with teams that they met up with the playoffs in the past as well. So I'm sure you'll get some familiar opponents.
I'm sure.
But I have to throw you in the fire a little bit here with this next question. Is there a particular player on your roster that has surprised you the most with how far they've come or how much they've developed?
Um, I wouldn't necessarily say that one jumps out more than others, and I would say all the guys on the bench have done a good job for us. We have James Marcinowski and Sean Brown and Gavin Cho, Emerson King, all of these players, Jackson Canales, all of them play a big role on our team. I know that sometimes it's challenging when you get to varsity and you're not getting as much playing time as you would have hoped for, but I really try to stress to everybody on the team that the importance to them and to our team. The importance to our team is not how many minutes they get, because it truly is a team effort every single day, the work that they're putting in practice. So I know I'd say that they're all growing and getting better every single day. And I really think that's important. And it's important to note some of the kids that may not be getting into the games and getting playing time, or they're still huge contributors to a winning team.
Well, one thing I've noticed is pretty much everyone on the roster has been in at crucial moments. So I think you do very good at spreading out the playing time and getting the kids experience.
Thank you.
And I have to get your take on this since you are a coach. Bill Belichick leaving the Patriots, Mayo taking over, Gerard Mayo. What are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I hadn't heard Mayo speak until I was driving into work the other day, and he seems like he's going to be a polar opposite of Bill Belichick as far as dealing with media. And but I'm mostly a basketball guy. I'll watch football. I'll watch the Patriots every Sunday, but I don't really know enough about it. But I would have to say, one of the highlights for me ever was in 2020 when, unfortunately, there was the pandemic, but they had the Metro West Daily All-Star award ceremony virtually, and Bill Belichick gave me Coach of the Year. So that's something that I'll never forget, and I play back on YouTube every now and again. That was just a thrill.
That's incredible. Well, what a memory that must have been, getting the award from the legendary Coach Belichick.
Yeah, it was just surreal. It was surreal to hear him say my name. That was just something else.
Well, you're a legend yourself in the TVL, so it's one legend to another.
Yeah.
But Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. We'll certainly catch up with you again down the road, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you for having me, Tom. I really appreciate it. And just before I go, I just wanted to say too, I know a lot of people have congratulated me about 300 wins. I don't like to talk about it too much because I don't want to tempt the basketball gods, but I do want to say, like, people like Jay Golden, who's been with me for all 25 years, and he's the freshman coach and junior varsity coach. People like Coach Banks, Coach Greco, Coach Chanless, all these guys that have worked with me and stayed with me so far, as a coach and on our staff. I've just been so lucky to have, and it's really a testament to those guys, as well as, like I said, the players. Because my high school coach used to say that no, he's never won a game, and he was a legendary coach. But the players win games, so that's the other thing. We had great players. So I just wanted to just make sure all those people were recognized as well.
On Tuesday, January 23rd, Hiller Swimming hosted Norwood. Maureen and John were on the call.
And the Norwood swimmer.
Come on, Porvy, you're getting it. You're beating her now. Come on there. The turn.
Come on,
okay.
Porvy, a nice turn, and you can catch her.
Oh, come on. Yeah, she's got her. Okay,
All
Maeve.
right, nice.
Maeve,
nice.
you're looking good. Looking good out here. She looks very effortless.
She does. She definitely does. But they're working hard.
Yep, and that's Anna Burke. Nice job. And we got a third.
Wow, we
got 1,
a
2, and 3.
Beautiful. Nice
the girls
swim,
needed
girls.
That one. They needed
nice
that.
swim. And
The Hiller boys defeated Norwood 85-73 and improved to 2-3 on the season. The Hiller girls took the 93-76 victory and improved to 3-3 overall. Also on Tuesday, January 23rd, Hiller boys basketball hosted Norton. It was a 23-16 Norton lead heading into the second half. Hiller's working the perimeter. And Ellie driving in through a couple of defenders and goes up and in with it.
That's the Iannelli I remember from last year.
Iannelli up for the jumper, knocks it down. Norton here in this third quarter, 4-0. And there's the first Norton basket in quite a while, since the first quarter.
And there's 2:45 to go in the third. That's amazing.
Pantera with the reverse, count it.
Real good hesitation move. Got Ogilvy to fly by him and then went up for the layup, the reverse.
Willardson collects. Over to DeLuca. DeLuca underneath. Pantera, count it.
Great pass.
The Hillers grind out the gritty win versus the Lancers, 46-35. Sam Dadajian led the way with 15 points. Sam Pantera added 11 points as the Hillers improved to 9-2 on the season. The Hillers also followed up with an impressive road win versus Dedham, 77-51, and are now 10-2 overall. On Wednesday, boys hockey hosted Dover Sherborne Weston. Dover Sherborne would get 2 goals in the first period and led it 2-0 heading into the second period. At the intermission, assistant coach Derek Crow spoke with assistant coach from last year, Stephen Moonier, about the Unite to Fight Cancer fundraiser.
Hey, Coach, I have a few questions I wanted to ask you.
Good evening.
First question is, how has ice hockey impacted your life?
Yeah, hockey has been part of my life since the beginning. So I played in high school and in college, and I continue to play it today.
All right. Thank you. Next question is, what is your favorite memory of coaching?
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. When we went to the Garden last year to play Canton, and we didn't come up with the hardware, but it was a memorable experience for me and for the boys.
Thank you. Next is, what have you learned from hockey that you have applied to your daily life?
Yeah, I think it's just about perseverance. Being sticking to something and following through with it.
And lastly, what does it mean to be a Hiller?
Oh, I mean, it's everything. It's the H on the sweater. It's the green and the orange, and the camaraderie that we have in the locker room and on the ice.
And lastly, before we wrap this up, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for being such a great coach and a great mentor.
Of course.
I know I feel that way. I know all the boys that played for you feel the same way. So we're all here for you and pushing for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Derek.
Sent out. A little too much heat on that pass. Hayward up the far side. Hayward closing it, takes it, rings it in! And it's a 2-1 game! What a shot by Hayward, goes top left corner. And Goldstein didn't have a chance. The Hillers are on the board at 4:40 left to go in the second period.
Both teams net a goal in the second period, and it's a 3-1 game heading into the third.
Hillers need to clear the zone. Backhander, turn away, and then secondary attempt off the rebound. Andrew Martin puts it in.
Dover Sherborne Weston defeats the Hillers by a final of 4-2. The Hillers followed up with a win on the road this past Saturday, 2-1 over Dedham, and currently stand at 9 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. On Thursday, January 25th, Hiller Alpine Ski was in action. Here's a look.
Time for bib number 1006, Charlotte Richmond 30.55. On the red course, number 806, Elsa Woodbury from Hopkinton. Time for number 205, Ben Ellis 41.93. On the blue course, number 1007, Zachary Anna Priester from Medway.
For the Hillers on the girls' side, Lucy Mado ranked 8th, Annalie Krantz finished 10th, and Lila Mado finished 14th. On the boys' side, J.B. Flynn finished 4th, Blake Murphy finished 30th, and Patrick Meehan finished 33rd. On Friday, January 26th, Hiller girls basketball hosted Dedham. The Hillers were rolling in the first half.
Yeah, stole the ball and then kept it in with a nice save.
Grady feeds it out, and now here comes Restaghini. Pops it over to the left wing, up for 3, count it! Megan Grady gets some well-deserved awards.
Yeah, nice honor for her.
Davies feeds it to Restaghini, up for 3, count it!
Nice shot in the corner there for Restaghini.
Davies driving down, kicks it out, Flanagan for 3, yes!
And there's the open guy, right? There's the open shooter right there.
Grady to Davies, back to Restaghini for 3, yes!
Yeah. Still finding the open shooter. Good vision, everybody all around. They're patient.
Hillers took a 33-16 lead into the halftime break, and the Hiller youth team took the court. The Hiller girls would end up taking the game by a final of 54-36. Bethel Flanagan netted 11 points. Elena Davies added 10 points. The Hiller girls are now 9-5 on the season. Dedham fell to 5-8. On Saturday, January 27th, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls hockey hosted Medfield. During the game, funds were raised for the Stick It to Cancer Foundation to help fight and raise awareness about ovarian cancer.
These consistent symptoms are what pushed me to speak to my gynecologist. At that point, I was stage 3. I knew nothing about ovarian cancer, and it's events like these and the care of the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute are the reasons why I'm able to stand here and speak to you today. We know there is no cure for ovarian cancer, but what we do know is that by raising awareness and raising funds, we are giving more women an opportunity to live healthy longer. Dana-Farber Cancer Institute thanks Coach Chin, Coach Messier, all of the players and families who have donated their time and efforts to pull this together for one more year.
It was a scoreless game heading into the second period.
Corner. Warriors looking for another shot here. High slot, there it is, and it's put in. It was deflected in off the Cathin shot. Hillers need to clear the zone, and they will do that here. Rivera towards the net, and it gets in! Savannah Rivera! Well, it was a mishandle by the goalie, and it went right through the 5-hole. Rivera just kind of brushed it up the ice, and that slick, smooth surface took it all the way towards the midfield net. Jean over to Barroso. Barroso nearly had it, just a tad too high. Here comes Jean. And there's a shot, and it's in! Matty Barroso gives the Hillers the lead. Well, the Hillers, they just kept the pressure coming. Barroso comes out and rips it glove side into the net.
Both teams scored 2 goals apiece. The game would remain 2-2 through the third and would go into overtime.
Here's Jean. Lucy Jean trying to sneak through. Puck squirts out. Takes a shot. It's just wide. Back to the blue line. 12 seconds left. Along the near side, midfield hoping for one last opportunity. And that will do it. What a game between these two TVL rivals.
Both teams had some good opportunities in overtime, but the game would stay tied and end in a 2-2 draw. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne is now 2-10-2 on the season. Medfield now 7-4-2. A very impressive game for the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls co-op team. On Wednesday, January 17th, Hiller boys basketball hosted Millis. The Hillers led 17-13 heading into the second quarter.
It's in. To DeLuca. Kicks it out. Iannelli for 3. Knocks it down. Exactly what the Hillers needed there. They were a little cold to end that first quarter. Iannelli down the lane. Feeds it out to Willitson. He'll launch the 3. Yes!
The Hillers outscore Millis in the second frame 14-7 to head into the halftime locker room up 31-20.
Iannelli with it. Gets it out to Willitson for 3. Yes! Cooper Willitson. Dejan down the lane through the defenders. Hits the bucket and draws the foul.
Hillers offense outscores Millis 21-17 in the third quarter and would end up taking the game 68-41. The Hiller boys improved to 8-2 on the season. On Thursday, January 18th, Hiller Alpine Ski took the slopes.
Time for event number 1002, Elizabeth Kenny, 28.47 on the blue course, number 802, Lila Mono from Hopkinton.
Rankings for the Hillers included, on the boys' side, J.B. Flynn ranked 7th, Barry O'Brien 15th, Patrick Meehan 22nd. On the girls' side, Lucy Mado 9th, Lila Mado 17th, and Annalie Krantz 19th. On Friday, January 19th, Hiller girls basketball hosted Bellingham. Principal Evan Bishop and myself were on the call. The Hiller girls knocked down some threes in the first half.
Over. Restaghini up top. And now a 3 attempt, and
there
it's
we go.
good.
Grady?
Megan Grady feeling it.
Try to get the offense going again.
Over the corner, up for 3, yes.
Grady.
Megan Grady. Back to Flanagan, Paharik now. Over to the corner, up for 3, yes.
Oh, she's hot.
Megan
Yeah.
Grady feeling it.
Yep. Nice seal off screen right there from Whiteman Krause, too, on a low block.
There is Elder, and it's collected by Whiteman Krause. Here comes the Hillers. Paharik to Grady. Grady for 3, yes. Megan Grady from the left side.
The Hillers led 21-10 at the half and ended up taking the win 45-33. The Hiller girls snap a 2-game losing streak and improve to 8-4 on the season. On Saturday, January 20th, Hiller girls hockey hosted East Bridgewater. It was a scoreless game late in the third period.
Getting in the way, Perdoni. McPherson sends it to the slot, and a backhander. Good save off the Grotman shot by Riley Cholera. Ready for it. Oh, it's put in! What a shot there by Lucy Jean. Right off the face-off.
Can't go any better than that, right off the face-off. Looks like Spooner was a little bit stunned by that shot.
I was a little bit stunned by that shot. The score comes at 3:08 left to go in the third period, and Hopkinton DS able to take advantage of the power play.
Absolutely.
Over Finnegan, back to Jean. Jean and Finnegan. Finnegan puts it towards the net, turned away. Secondary shot, it's in! Goal for the Hillers! And that was Maddie Barroso making it 2-0.
Another power play goal, Tom. Just goes to show you those penalties can be costly.
The Hillers net 2 goals in the final 3 minutes and 8 seconds and take the win over East Bridgewater 2-0. The Hillers improve to 2-10-1 overall. Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by head coach of the Hopkinton Hillers girls varsity basketball team, Mike Greco. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show today. Your team having a terrific season. Most of the roster is returnees from last year, and after a 4-16 season last year, you guys have started off 6-2. How are you feeling about this team, and what's it been like to work with this group?
Feeling great about them. Obviously we didn't get as many wins as we were hoping for last year, but I think that the group that returned grew up a lot last year. Some of those lessons that you just kind of have to learn by going through, adjusting to the speed of the varsity game. A lot of those kids, the previous year weren't necessarily earning a ton of minutes. And they were kind of thrust into major roles and, sort of had to adjust to that on the fly. And this year, they've hit the ground running. We are experienced. Everybody there has got, significant varsity minutes in the past, and, it's kind of made the jump to, the physicality and the speed of the game. And so, we got low numbers, but we are excited to be there every day. And it's been a lot of fun to work with this group.
And it must make you feel good as a coach to see such improvement in these players.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. The difference in chemistry, I think, has been off the charts. That they're really buying into the we over me attitude of team first, and they're playing great basketball together right now.
And Coach, tonight you will be taking on the number 1 ranked in D3 Medway Mustangs, the Hopkinton girls. They're ranked number 8 in Division 2, and it's always a close game, it seems, when Medway and Hopkinton meet up on the basketball courts, whether it's on the boys' side or the girls' side. But Medway has gotten the best of Hopkinton in the last 6 girls meetings. They're all close games, but Medway, they're on a 6-game winning streak. Do you think you guys are going to break that tonight?
We're going to try real hard. It should be a good game. Medway's obviously a very good program. They've been, up at the top of the D3 power rankings for several years now. They've had some very, very good teams over the years. They've certainly had our number lately. Hopefully we can change that tonight.
Absolutely. And this year's captains bring some good experience to the table. Elena Davies, Bethel Flanagan, Kate Finnegan, and Caroline Kane. Can you talk a bit about what it's been like to work with them and their leadership on the team this year?
Yeah, the 4 seniors have been they've been fantastic. They've been great captains. They all have their own sort of different leadership styles. Some are more vocal, some lead more by example. But they complement each other well. They're just as close off the court as they are on it. They really do a great job of setting the tone and sort of being ambassadors of that we over me culture. That we've really established this season. It's been I've had most of them for the last 3 seasons, and I can't believe that's coming to an end in a month or so. But we really enjoy having them.
Well, hopefully there'll be a nice long playoff run for them too, but we still got a lot more season to go. Is there any particular player on the team that has especially surprised you with how much they have improved?
Yeah, the one that comes to mind is our point guard, Elena Davies. She was, a big contributor for us last year, but the difference in her game between last year and this year in doing all the little things, all the intangibles, she has shown so much poise playing the point for us, handling pressure from other teams, getting us organized. She's really, transformed herself into one of those players that we just almost never want to take her off the floor.